Hello, I am Bradley Overrated, and this is 2023. Happy New Year, everybody. This is an exciting time where I talk about my top 5 video games of 2022. I did not have the chance to do this for 2021 or 2020. I might actually go back and discuss those because there were a lot of good games I wanted to talk about then. But alas, those slipped away, but I wanted to make sure this year I still got it under my belt. And are you ready? Let's talk about the top 5 video games this year. But first, I do want to give some honorable mentions out. So let's just roll through because I played dozens and dozens of games this year. Hit it. Coming in at number 5 is a game that I've actually talked to some people about, so that I'm certain they're not going to be surprised to see this on my list. But Martha is Dead. Oh boy. Martha is Dead is about twin sisters, Julia and Martha. Naturally, as you can expect, one day Julia is out taking photos of the lake that she lives by and discovers a body in the lake. She runs out to go see who it is, and it is in fact her sister. She dies. Now, the whole point of this game is for you to investigate and to try to find out who killed Martha. And you have to decide for yourself, was she in fact murdered, or were the ghost stories told by her grandmother actually true? And is there a ghost that did this? It's a ghost story that just goes from that, and it takes you down a very dark, bleak, and pretty messed up hole. And when I say faint of the heart, by the way, I mean this is a trigger warning type of video game. This game will flat out just tell you that there are some gruesome things you will witness. And there are in fact some disturbing moments in this game, and it goes from being super disturbing to incredibly disturbing. It does not let off the gas pedal. The further you get along in this game, the more messed up things are. And by the end of it, I was just left going, what on earth did I experience? I literally lied down on my bed for 2 days at night just thinking about this game and what just happened. But I loved it. I loved every last moment of it. And when I say disturbing, I mean if you are uncomfortable with things like miscarriages, suicide, self-harm, World War II trauma, graphic, bloody corpses, and a bunch of other things like that, yeah, you might want to avoid this game. But like I said, though, overall, though, I loved it, and I had to put it on this list, and it got into the top 5 this year. So I'd recommend it, but once again, you have been warned. This is a very graphic and traumatizing type of game. It does not hold its punches. It has a lot of dark content, and I mean pretty messed up themes. So brace yourself. Now we're going to kind of flip that way over and go a complete 180, because at number 4, the kitty cat goes meow, baby. The kitty cat goes meow. Stray is awesome. So awesome. I love this game. Had to pick it up physically. I bought it digitally, and I loved it so much that, of course, I was going to get the physical version, right? But, oh my gosh, what a game. Annapurna Interactive is just awesome. They are probably my favorite video game company right now that's publishing all these unique, wonderful indie titles. Anything that they do, I immediately want to try. Stray is no different to the matter. You play as a cute, adorable kitty cat, and you run around this nice world, solving puzzles and trying to not get your kitty cat murdered. I still think, and I still stand by, this game is kind of a horror game at times. But even despite the fact that there's this existentialism involved in this game and some crazy themes as well, it's still super adorable and can be just chill, laid back. A game that allows me to play as a cat, and I can literally go find a sleep spot for it and just watch it sleep for as long as I want, is a huge plus. And that's what I like about the Annapurna Interactive games that they publish. They find these indie developers and these people that have a soul project, essentially, and they bring their projects to life. And Stray is a love letter. This is clearly a passion project, and it is a wonderful, wonderful experience. Easily was going to make my top 5 games this year. It comes in at number 4 because, unfortunately, there were 3 other games I honestly enjoyed more. But if you're wondering if I did, in fact, vote for Stray for fun in the Game of the Year nominations this year, I absolutely did. If you haven't tried it, please go pick it up. It is wonderful, and I love it to pieces. And I'm not even a cat lover. I'll admit it. I do not care to ever own a cat in my life. But I did love Stray. So number 3 is kind of an interesting one, right? Because it's a game that was also nominated for the Game of the Year awards, but I didn't select it because at the time when I was choosing, I was in the middle of it and didn't finish it. But number 3 is A Plague Tale Requiem. Yes, A Plague Tale Requiem. Again, heavy themes here and a lot of dead corpses lying around in this one. You continue the story of Amicia and Hugo as they continue to journey along and try to figure out what on earth is going with the plague and can they stop it. And as the game goes along, since it's a sequel, they try to improve all of the mechanics and bring back all the stuff that made the first one so good. For example, the stealth aspects of this game have definitely been enhanced, and I do see a lot of the improvements that they made. There were definitely more meaningful collectibles for you to discover in this game, and the story, I would argue, is definitely, if not twice as good as the original. A Plague Tale Requiem also hits hard, and it was a wonderful, wonderful game. I've actually been going back now and playing it through New Game Plus that I unlocked after I finished the game, and it's still just as wonderful as ever. So if you're looking for an awesome stealth game, which those in and of themselves are kind of rare, you know what I'm saying? A Plague Tale Requiem? This is it, man. This is a good freaking game. It's number 3 on this list because it's just so good. Coming in at number 2, now we go once again 180. It's kind of the theme. It's like dark and light, but this one's light and it's Kirby! I love Kirby! Kirby and the Forgotten Land is awesome. It is definitely a masterpiece of video games. It might be the best Kirby game I have ever played. Coincidentally, there is a remaster of my favorite Kirby game coming to the Nintendo Switch in February, so I'm gonna have fun deciding which one I actually do in fact like more. But Kirby and the Forgotten Land is just a delightful, charming, lighthearted, feel-good. So when you're done playing A Plague Tale Requiem and Martha is dead, you can jump into Kirby and just feel infinitely better. Because like I said on my little video I did about this game, Kirby and the Forgotten Land is essentially Happiness the video game. It's Kirby's first official 3D outing, although if anybody played Kirby's Blowout Blast on the 3DS, it's kind of 3D, right? But it's not the same. But all the same, this was a wonderful platformer, and I'm a big fan of platformers, so to have the opportunity to play this game, yeah, Kirby kicks butt, and I'm so, so glad that we got this game. This game is one of the best games you could ever play in the Kirby franchise. Now we come to number 1. And I really thought Kirby was going to win. I actually predicted at the beginning, I even did a video, like I said Kirby's going to be my game of the year. I don't see anything that could possibly be better than this game. But then along came another game. And I can't stop thinking about it. It's been a while now, and it's the game that's on the back of my head this year. It's been there the whole time, and it just will not go away. So it's definitely the game of the year for me. I am, of course, talking about AI the Somnium Files, the Nirvana Initiative. This is probably a surprise for a lot of people, but it is, in fact, my game of the year. It is a visual novel, and it has eclipsed my heart. Now, when we talk about sequels, the first game was amazing. That also made my top 10 games in 2019. But this sequel does everything that game did and did it better, and it just hits so hard. Now, if you've ever played a visual novel by Spike Chunsoft and some of these creative directors, the guy that did 999, for example, the Escape games, he did this as well, so you can kind of get an idea of what you're going for, but it flips everything that you think you know about the game, and it turns it on you. So many different moments at so many different times. There's these things called somniums where you have to go and explore and investigate an area and try to, solve these puzzles. And it's just every single somnium is so memorable and so inspired from things in the world, and it literally challenges your IQ to solve some of these puzzles. They are not easy, simple puzzles. They make any Resident Evil puzzle look like child's play at times. So it pushes you. It pushes your thought. It pushes your concepts of what reality is. It makes you keep guessing between who is the actual killer because it's a murder investigation type of game. It doesn't stop. It doesn't let up. And then you get to the end and it just flips it again, and it's just like, oh my gosh. I can't explain enough how amazing this is. The best thing about this game is I don't even think I could call it a visual novel, even though that's what it's going to be classified as, because it does so many things that visual novels don't do. It continues to redefine what a visual novel is. This is a game and an experience all on its own, and it stands out so uniquely. I can't honestly say that I've ever played a game quite like AI The Somnium Files Nirvana Initiative. And that is why it is my 2022 Game of the Year. If there was one game I would say you have to try out and just experience something that is truly unique and refreshing, this is it. This is a masterpiece. It really is. So there you have it, guys. The 2022 is done. It's in the books. You now know what my favorite game of the year was, and I would love to know in the comments down below what game was your favorite game of the year. Maybe it was Elden Ring. Maybe it was a hidden gem that I haven't even thought of or heard of. I mean, I would love to know. Maybe it was Vampire Survivors. I heard a lot of people like that one. But all the same, let me know in the comments down below. And as always, thank you so much. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe. I play a bunch of weird games all the time, man. I go for the weird stuff. Martha's Dead. That's a weird one. So yeah. Anyways, thank you so much again, guys. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope your 2023 is off to a good start, and I will see you on the next one. I am Bradley Overrated, out like a trout. Praise be to Yevon, and I'll see you next time. Take care.